Thank you, Mr. Aziz. After I heard what Tan Sri Rafidah Aziz was talking, I felt that it's very hard to be a same speaker like her. But what I realized, what he has been talking about is on the other side of business. And on my side, we are the real executor. You know, and I would like to start off with my first slide to introduce about dynamic. Do I need to explain to you what is dynamic environment? It's already stated in this booklet, so I don't need to read it, you know, and about the changing surrounding, how we should react. And I like to show you a small video on a cheetah and the deer. The cheetah. You know, my old friend, a retired partner, he sent me this video, so I kept it. It's very meaningful. And so happened, this summit, I have the same, it's related to my talk. It's about telling you changing environment. Even the Indian deer need the Indian motorbikes to survive from the attack. So we run business exactly the same. We are not the Indian deer, we are Sangkancher, Malaysian version. So it's how you respond. And sometimes it's not only when they come you respond, you have to respond all time before things comes to you. And I'll tell you how our group responded for the last 35 years, starting as a big. Actually, I tell you a little bit of my story. I started as a medical microbiologist working for my boss. And within 14 months, I did an MBO, management buyout from my boss. And I had no money in my pocket. I went to the bank gave me 100% loan. And that's how BP comes about. BP means my name, and P is my wife, Bo. And at that time, you know, and at that time, I still haven't married my wife, you know. and to form this company at that time, and put my wife as my partner, and all this while is still a sleeping partner. She's never involved in my business. To show her that I will surely marry you. So with the company, I'm already a partner. Okay, and I'd like to show you briefly how my company corporate video.
BP Healthcare Group is one of the country's leading integrated healthcare providers with core competencies and innovative strengths in medical laboratories, diagnostic centers, radiology and imaging centers, local pharmacies, dental, and complemented by other specialized healthcare services. BP Healthcare Group started as a clinical lab in 1982, and BP took their first steps in building a nationwide network by opening their first branch in Taipei more than 3 decades ago. We now have millions of loyal customers through our 70 medical labs, 50 diagnostic centers, 50 pharmacies and dispensaries, 50 hearing aid centers, 50 food, industrial, and environmental testing centers, 7 specialist centers, 3 dental clinics, and 1 eye clinic. BP Healthcare Group includes French dining,
clinical, lateral.
Through smart partnerships and the meeting of mutual standing parties coming together, we have upscaled professionalism and improved the quality of service. From a small medical lab, it has grown into a multi-million sales turnover group and employs thousands of professionals and supporting staff nationwide. As a comprehensive healthcare leader, we have earned countless awards and credentials since the beginning of our business till now. BP Healthcare Group has a definitive start with no end. It is where past accomplishments make way for an even more exciting future. We excel as a provider of comprehensive healthcare to customers in various disciplines to support medical practitioners, hospitals, and corporate clients. Thus, our professional workforce, service and facilities have grown exponentially to meet the ever-growing healthcare demand. Transformation of online pharmacy, webcam pharmacy, and e-commerce comes naturally through years of innovation and investment in advanced technology and ICT infrastructures. With the availability of 7 medical centers and a wide range of facilities, BP Healthcare Group is leading the healthcare industry in Malaysia to new standards. With access to latest treatments, procedures and technologies, as a healthcare provider that connects all to each other, the partnership between ourselves, our community, and you. And we aim to serve the sick soon with our future BP Hospital Group in the making. For more information, log on to www.bphealthcare.
Thank you for watching my corporate video. This is to tell you this 35 years we have been growing because of the changing surrounding, the dynamic environments. If I don't change and improve with 28 million population, I take standing. So I will be like what Tan Sri was mentioning, comfort zone. I could have started a lab and have it nationwide, and I always have a lot of cash. It gives me one family, me and my wife, with all my staff. I have all the money, but there are a lot of threats if you are just running one singular business in healthcare. And also, we have all these government regulatory bodies coming in that also limit or restrict laboratory, medical lab can do certain things and not the broad spectrums of the lab business. So you need the support of your in-house doctor to meet all these regulatory requirements. So then we extended to diagnostic center, and while running this center, we realized that the doctor themselves are not so accomplished and not so well guided on the medicine side, the dispensing side. So we have all this dispenser and person in charge. It was not good enough. So we introduced Lovey pharmacies to all our outlets so that medication is well guided by another firewall before the patient gets the medication. So one after another. And we realized that some of the companies that they need to check their workforce, the pre-employment, So they need hearing. So we introduced hearing, and overnight, we are the biggest hearing center in Malaysia. Overnight, we just fill up all our outlets. We have more than 50 outlets. There's no one hearing. And then there are also places where they require sleep. In preparation for JPJ, asking to do sleep tests for all the drivers. So we also started sleep clinic. And many more, we are like a supermarket in healthcare. So we are responding not only to government requirement, but also market requirement and the trend. And we have been this panel for a lot of multinational companies, and they have a lot of requirement for their employees. So many clinics and hospitals, they don't cater for them. And maybe for clinics, you need special training, and for hospital, this is too small money, and that meet our requirement that we can do it. And we have the multidiscipline in every center. So we started all this to meet all our customers, be it a sick patient, be it healthy individual want to know their health status, be it companies that need to check them before they employ them, be it their staff working in their company under stress, or their health status, are they good? So they want to show their company's care for their employee. They can engage BP. And over the years, when we were doing this, we realized that some of these factories, they also need environmental testing, food testing, all kinds of testing. And we are using used to be SIRIM, right? All this IO, and until today. So we are the ardent partner of SIRIM. All the things that we do, we have our standard. And we have to set standard before we can self-service. And how to self-service if you don't have the trust? We have to establish the trust. To get the trust, at least we have a SIRIM or JCI, Dobby Chop there, that we have standard. And that's how we run our group. And also, we have to keep on expanding in order to meet my staff, to retain your staff. How to retain your staff? It is not only just giving them money in yearly increment. When we expand, we create opportunity. And then when you create opportunity, staff have good staff, they are ambitious, they have a room for them to place themselves. And these are all the companies that we established. We started from lab, employing all these laboratories, MLT, biochemists, and all this stuff, allied science graduate. And then we started this diagnostic center. And then we have to have doctors, nurses, and radiographers. These are added workforce. And then after that, we upgrade to secondary healthcare. Because the lab and diagnostic centers still are primary care. Pharmacies are primary care. So we upgrade ourselves second. After we accomplish the whole country, nothing to do. So you are contented. When you are contented, the sales is not going to go up. So as an entrepreneur, you take risk, labo again, invest. So we invest from one lab to diagnostic to specialty center. So all this involve each center it requires multi-millions, and I'm alone, you know. I have no other shareholder except my wife, sleeping partner. Yeah, and those businessmen who are in business, they know how tough to manage a group and be yourself and finance it yourself from internal funding and also from bank borrowing. And we have a lot of trust, 35 years, all my suppliers. they come full-heartedly to support me. So all these years, we are what we are. We live on trust. And then this second row, the food testing, environmental testing, pharmacy, cleanco, that means waste management, hearing, lab pro, because we are a big group. Whenever we buy equipment, we buy 50 units or 100 units. When you buy, no hospital, even Pantai or KPJ, don't give this out a single purchase order, 100 units of ultrasound. We BP are the only one that can afford to offer, and we got the best price. I got better price than distributor price. This is the privilege. And when they sell to me, they quote my company that BP is using it. And that BP owner is not easy to handle. If you can sell him, you're alright. So whenever they have a deal with me, they go all around the country selling anyone, they quote my name. If they can buy, you save. And that machine or that brand is the player in the country. So when you have a lot of numbers in the country, then they have more trust. They have after sales service. If you are the only one who buy one unit, you don't have bargaining power, and then sales service also a big problem. So we are this player now. And then the hearing, the dental, and business solution. We even have the whole group, we design our own software. And we even have this MSc status with tax holiday. And surprisingly, I'm doing my work without realizing it, that the number of clinics in the country, thousands of them are using my software. And my software, I give them almost, at the beginning, I give them free. In those days, I give them free software and streamings and hardware in order to buy my customer loyalty. When you have my software, and in those days, a monitor alone, compact, cost 9,900. To have those 3 terminals, 20 over 1,000, I invested on all these clinics. So that the clinic can use my software, can use my laboratory, can use and buy my pharmacy product, because they have the program that you can view my products and my price, and you look at other customer and compare whether my price is competitive or not. And they use my price list as the benchmark. Any salesman that comes in, they say, oh, you're cheaper than BP, then they buy outside. If we are cheaper, they buy from us. And we are fair. We don't give things and then tell them that you cannot do this, you must be my lover, no other can be your lover. We are open. So that we live on trust. You use my system. And in those days, when I sell them, those doctors, when I give them free, they dare not use it. They dare not use it. They say, no, they will steal your data. Lama, that one is not Amazon cloud-based. These are server-based. It's only localized. But these doctors, they are well educated, but they fail to study more. They only just get their MBBS, and they treat cough and cold, and are not willing to study more. And these are the doctors. They're easily convinced that we give them because we have hidden agenda. No. So what we did was pure trust, and we love our customers, and that's how we build loyalty. Then come food testing, the same thing. Some clinics, they have their panel to certain food industry or whatever, then they introduce us to them. Or some of the customer owners of food industry, they come to know us that we also offer this. So we do food testing to the factory and also do testing for their workers. And we are omnipresent to any businesses. And environment also same. How we started this testing also to meet customer total. We have what you call total of holistic service. Use me, I have everything, except I haven't done. Now it's the Nilai, that Memorial Park. I've done everything. From the day you're born, you're my customer. and you set a factory, you are also my customer. If you set up a big corporation, you are also my customer, because I can do a lot of testing for your whole group. The next one will maybe I'll leave to my second generation to do the memorial business. I stopped only up to that. And Gawi's restaurant is out of, because we also do, you know, weight management, build things like that. And then I have a medical center, we have enough space, and I think, you know, our healthcare industry only limited to office hour. Evening is a waste, a piece of land. So, and also we are the largest employer of dietitian and nutritionists in the country, next to the government. And these people, they are very good. Whenever a patient that comes to us and they find abnormal or they are out of shape, they say, okay, you like my nutritionist or dietitian to follow up with you. And because of that, then we set up the nutritionist hygiene food cafe. And this is what you call dynamic environmental things. When we set up this, you ask people eat that make them slim, they don't like to eat. So this our business cannot do. So you see all the veggie things in town, it's not popular among Malaysians. And so we alter the food into cafe, and then we do well. And because of this cafe, we upgrade again to French dining. And we employ 3 French people to have this in town. And this is more for my contribution to my Ipoh folks, that they do not know what is fine dining and what is French food. You know, it's not like our local food. You know, we just eat fast. Before you finish, you pay the bill. You know, so everybody don't have time. So French dining teach you how to relax, and these are out of comfort zone. You do something, and if it do well, we'll set up a chain of restaurant. This just try and error. This is how we BP group runs. And you know, just now I was listening to Tan Sri Rafidah Aziz, whom I really respected all this while whenever I attended any conference or talk. And she is really intelligent woman. And she has spoken a lot of items that relates to our industry and how we do things, how we should do. If you are an entrepreneur, you don't need anyone to teach you. It's in you, whether you can do it or you cannot. And every time when you do it, because you cannot stay put. Any business that you run, after a while when it's stable, my life will become bored. The moment I turn bored, the sales will get stagnant. So I always have to stay challenging, exciting. Maybe I'm born in the year of monkey. You know? Monkey never still. So we will always create something to improve our business. Why? Why I have to do that? Because in any businesses that you do in Malaysia, locally, don't talk about you are going to export. We have only 28 million population. This is a very small population. And I always tell my son, if I'm a born American and I have my BP in America with 280 million population, my sales translated 10 times. And American lab test, just talk about lab alone. Lab test alone, their test is 8 times more expensive than ours. And if you were to translate 88 times the population 10 times, 80 times plus my turnover, I should be in the Forbes list as a multi-billionaire, US term. But I'm in Malaysia. So what I'm going to do, so we created more outfit to cater. Let's say I have exposed to, if I have 10 businesses, the 28 times 10, it became 280. And in my industry, I still haven't accomplished my dream. I have so far only meet 25% of my dream. So I still got many more. I'm still a failure. 35 years, I'm nobody. Look at Jack Ma, 15 years he's multi-billionaire. Jack Ma and me, same surname. Bonnie Ma also my same surname, Ma. They and Ma the same. And I'm a disgrace to the Ma and they family. So I'm here, so I don't know why I'm talking here. I'm a failure. And that's how I look at business. And then also because of the EAC, it is going to have create a lot of impact. Our country lately, they are not so focused on business activity. And EAC is opening on the 15th of May. And they are talking about healthcare liberalization, meaning I can employ these ASEAN people, and we can also go over there to open our BP. Can I have minutes? Okay. Now I'm talking about dynamic environment, the external influence. You see, our business, global trend. Today you are talking whatever you are doing. Next day, technology changes. So whatever I'm doing, it turns obsolete. So you have to prepare and always stay tuned. Don't be contented what you are doing and be a believer. Don't be a person that, no, it won't happen. It is happening. Look at what, I was talking to one telecom CEO. He was saying that their business, all the SMSs, fixed line and all these things, business dropping. Because they have all the check, and WhatsApp, they don't need to pay anything. So the business down. So they have to also look at how to manipulate their business to get into this lost customer and sales. So this global trend that changed our healthcare industry. It's just like you're talking about testing. You want to test your heart. You do some blood tests and some electronic tests. You have only 4 parameters to assess your heart. But today, they're coming out with MEMS. This is micro-electronic mechanical sensor. This MEMS, you implant into your chest, they can tell you 41 parameters. And it is related to and it communicates with your iPhone, and it communicates with your doctor, whoever you have linked. So this one not only tell you the status, they can even predict when is a heart attack coming. Yeah. This is something that every year I attend Steve Forbes Summit Conference in New York. Every year I've been there we are the only family, we know Steve Forbes quite well, and we are the only one who invited there. And every year the world leader on healthcare will meet there. That 2 days they are talking about the new changes. They are talking about Uber Care. Uber Care. You talk about healthcare here, you got to wait. And wait. When is your turn? Oh, sudah tutup. Uber Care is about on demand. On demand that I need it, it comes. You just pay. Today, you can call a doctor, Uber Care. You talk about Uber taxi, they are very efficient. You reach any country, you reach the airport. My son is fanatic of Uber car. You just text, they say in 3 minutes is is around the corner. And one day we were talking about Uber Jet. Uber Jet, because the jet don't come. Because that day we couldn't confirm, and it was a public holiday in overseas. My son called Uber Jet. Uber Jet say, you want it now? Oh shit, no, tomorrow morning. You see, this is a service. And now, healthcare, they have Uber Care. The last meeting they were all talking about was about Uber Care. How healthcare can serve you in your doorstep. No more waiting. Soon we will have this app in Malaysia. And we also like to tell you, just now you see we have all this online system. We are one of the, I dare not say that, but we are a player in e-commerce, healthcare e-commerce. You can get anything done, log into our website and you can get it done. And then patients, especially all these hospitals and clinic, if they want online, you can get it done. And once the thing is happening, the test done, their terminal in their office, they can see it. It's real time. And we have been practicing that for ages. And BP, I got to be very proud to tell you, we are IT and techie savvy. Even my office boy must know how to make entry on barcodes and all the other procedures in order to work in BP. These are all the important things to ensure quality. And we have all this in place. And surprisingly, our e-commerce is one of the top 3 or top 5 players in Malaysia. Well, my son was just playing around with e-commerce. And of course, the sales was only, it's a small multi-million turnover, but we got a shock. We are among the top according to MDEC. So meaning Malaysia, say whatever it is, our e-commerce and online things still quite behind time. All the talk, we are quite behind time. Anybody buy things through online in this hall? Please log in BP. We want to increase the sales. And then you see how friendly our system. Yeah, you can now log in also now while I'm talking to you. Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about, the global trend. Whatever I'm good for, it's not long. That's why we have a lot of investment on technology changes. And then the local trend, the people in Malaysia, sometimes these are more influenced by government requirement. So they change, and you have to be prepared. You have all the facilities to enjoy. And Bumi Kota, these are more on business. That some of our businesses, if we leave it alone, then we restrict our volume. And I hope that Bumi Kota one day, somehow the ASEAN economic community will demise this Bumi Kota, because it by itself, I don't think so. Because if you restrict us, what about ASEAN people that come in? So why are we restricting the locals? So you have to help one Malaysia. We are one Malaysia. We have to fight our neighbors. And somehow also Bumi Kota also very good for me. All this while I got to work harder. And everything that I want to do, I have to be there. And then the economy factor, also economy factors that we have to make changes. So on your pricing, on the way you do things, we have to respond to, and then how you sell your products and services. you know the economy is so bad, and yet you still adamant to adjust your pricing, and sometimes you have to do some promotion to maintain or increase our sales. And then governmental is always there, and we want to expand, and it takes 6 months, 9 months to get approval. Luckily, we are a group that we can support the new outlets. But for an individual fella to come in, and you don't have business to start off, and you put up all the capital and your manpower, and this is very bad. It's not good for Malaysia businessmen or professionals. And technology, of course, I've just mentioned. Manpower, okay. On the dynamic environment, on the manpower aspect, how are you going to retain good staff? Number one, of course, money. No money, you cannot retain good staff. And if you don't have good staff, your service is always affected. Because good staff are the people who already know the whole system. And also, we must have CME. We have our own in-house CME. Occasionally we also conduct for other hospitals when we submit to the MOH to get certain courses accredited, and they can participate, and all these professionals can earn their credit for yearly renewal of their licenses, and that also we do it. And also you see my smart partnership with all the local top universities, and you see all this. I used to run my company in a small way. As the company grow big, you become a national player, and you have to play your role as a Malaysian citizen. No more, hey, that is it. I used to run trade secret, cannot let people come in. So when you run to this level, then you are open up to all the university, and the university student can come to us. Likewise, our people can go to the university and get the lecturer to continue upgrading our knowledge, training us, and we are part of the university. And of course, when we say part of the university, we also quite selective lah. Only top university can get to be with us, like MU, UKM, UPM, and USM or Nottingham University, and then also like Institute Jantung Negara. Lately, they selected us as their business partner, because even government say that IJN, you're the best hospital. You generate one of the top revenue in the country compared to all the private hospitals. But a lot of them are government servants. So because their operation is so big, the government also told them, you have to earn some cash from outside. So they look for partner. So they realize that we are their best partner, because our business in screening, health screening, we have reached that level that we treat them as the player that finish up for my patient. You see, I do all the screening, and my doctors, my specialists reach up to a certain level, and they need IJN to do the operation. So I'm somehow whole country become their catchment to IJN. So this is also a very good partner for both parties. I enjoy their partnership and their expertise, and I gain more trust from the public and confidence, while they also enjoy the incremental sales, and their doctors are fully utilized, and the facilities. And as market, just now I was saying that our country is actually a small player, 28 million. after when you grow this size, and there are also other players fighting, and that's how we have diverse holistic supermarket in healthcare. And the halal thing, yeah, we have to also create a leverage on the testing side, so that we can enjoy those that need halal certificate. And then the last one is the ASEAN Economic Community Liberalization. Now they are open, and if they are open, but you think that they come here and our market is already small, and the government approval for our local people is so slow, so it affects us. That's why in Thailand, when you submit in the Ministry of Health, they say in 2 weeks you will know the result. So in 2 weeks you get everything done, call them, within 2 weeks they come, and then they check, just like your ISO. You come in and say, okay, everything is alright. The major issue, there are a few NCR non-compliance here, non-compliant there, but I give you a conditional approval, you can operate. Thank God, you can operate. At least I have income. They have family to feed. So with 2 weeks, they know. And after that, they comply all this major non-compliance or minor non-compliance, and they can call you and say, come again and inspect. Now, if they are satisfied, the ministry, they say, okay, you can have your full license, no more conditional. So that sort of support that we need from Malaysia, the government. We are proud. Actually, the private sites are very competitive, and they are very hungry. The frustration is on the government side there. That's why they asked me, what's the biggest challenge in running business in Malaysia? Money easy to get. Manpower not so much a problem. The biggest problem is regulatory requirement. And when they catch you, actually we are not an illegal operator. We don't do bad things. We are just earning jari makan only. When we meet all the requirement. But they just see one thing, they use the torchlight, the laser thing, they say, oh, short of 1 cm, failed. Oh my God, they don't even need, now it's so easy, the assessor comes, they use the pen, the laser light, small little thing. And your license deferred 6 months, alamak, 6 months, anak pun sudah, all starvation. So these are the things I hope this meeting I can carry this message to the government that you have to set that type of standard. And just now I was saying in that room, I'll say that Malaysians are very religious. Why? I have to pray hard every time I submit an application. I don't know when is it coming. So you have to pray, dua. So I hope with this EAC, we cannot be just among ourselves. Among ourselves, okay, sekarang we have outsider coming in already. Wake up. In Thailand, before this thing, over a year ago, my business partner there was saying, this is none other than Red Bull. Just now Tan Sri was saying, the family and me, we are close friends. So they say that Malaysia is not our benchmark. We only look at Singapore. You know what they did? The 28% corporate tax dropped to 17%. They got GST, 7%. They dropped to compete with Singapore. I think Singapore is 16%, while Malaysia is still 25%. Then now with another 6% GST, tough, man. The thing is already tough going, and then with this issue, this is dynamic environment, this thing happened, we businessmen somehow we got to survive, no matter how. Okay, next. Then the internal influence is how you run your company, your profit and loss. If you lose, your company losing, how to prepare yourself for another battle. Running a business every day is a battle. You know, I'm like the cheetah and the deer only every day for 35 years. Oh my God. I'm alone, no partner. And you ask my second speaker, he's running his business in a big business. I'm a kacang putih businessman. But who also alone. And we are running 9-figure sales with 8-figure profit. Yeah? And it's not easy. And you keep on. Thank God the bank trusts me. And how they finance me? Like I say, I worked for my boss 14 months. The bank already trusted me, and I did an MBO in late 81. But I told my boss, hey, put it 1182 forever. I know how many years. Now I'm 33 years to 5 months and 13 days in business. So auspicious day lah. So 1182. So it's character financing. I have nothing, you know, and then knowledge, training, empowering existing and new staff. So all within our group, how we run our. I have my own psychology lah, you know, and in Malay say, cari makan, how to take care of the staff. You know, afterward, I will leave it to our Dato Sri Benny. He will tell you more details about cari makan, how corporate culture. His is culture, mine is changes. Changes about what? About survival. It's not that I want to change. You have to change. You cannot run things all the time the same. Things keep changing. And then, to stabilize your income, add in more healthcare services to stabilize it. And of course, besides BP, I also invested on other things that give me some good financial reward. That helps me to have enough capital to reinvest in my BP healthcare. And the accreditation part, we are talking about way back in early 90s, they don't have accreditation. SIRIM, they don't have. And then like we have those days in the 80s, we have this accreditation by IMR. If those old staff of SIRIM, maybe they know, this is done, all this accreditation like food testing was done by IMR. And then subsequently you have this lab in late November 1997 when they started this ministry called MOSTI, headed by our late Tan Sri Rafidah Aziz. And quickly we went in to get our company accredited. So if without accreditation, when you make mistake in the eyes of the law, it's difficult for you to defend yourself. But with accreditation, some of the assessors here who assess BP also, and that give us a good documentation and the way we do things that helps us to defend, and also not only to defend, to inculcate our staff do things properly, procedures to follow. So we have all these things in place, and because we are old players, I've been here for 35 years, I want to continue to sustain. To sustain this, you must have quality, and quality is also is a very important issues if you want to remain in the market. And with that quality, you have trust. And when you have trust, you can do beyond lab. And they look at your signboard, they walk into your company comfortably. It's just like you walk into Starbucks or you walk into McDonald's. You know your expectation, what are you going to eat? It's a standard McDonald's. It's not going to be bad. It's not going to be the best. But they are halfway house. But of course, cheaper. And also you know your budget. So these are very important. And we have to do that. We created a standard. That's why they say BP has a brand. And the brand by itself worth how much? This group of accredited branding companies want to do a branding for me. And then that branding is already a balance sheet item. And I said that I'm not going for listing, it's only private, I don't bother. And branding, he described BP has a brand. Because, why? People come to BP, not because of the doctor. They don't even know the doctor, because my doctors, they are on rotation most of the time. Some of them, they are in town, they have their fixed doctor there. But in the big cities, we have so many of them, they cover. So you don't need to see the doctor. You just walk in, you know what is expected. And because we train them the same way, and they are expected to know these are the things that you need to do for the patient. And some of my doctor maybe they have some extra quality that can makes the difference. Otherwise, they are all standard. And we have to be a champion. I got thousands of staff waiting for me every day for a meal. So I got to work very hard for them. Today, I run my business not for myself, it's for my staff. How to groom them up and earn a better lifestyle. For me, I got 4 children, all graduated. They are running their own businesses or helping me. Nothing I need. Just make sure that BP keep growing and my staff are happy. And my customers must be happy and become my regular supporter. Thank you.
Thank you, Dato Beh.